Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Kru semangat Komando Bangsa Aceh. Saatnya kamu bangsa Aceh dan kamu juga anggota Front Pembebasan Nasional Aceh Sumatera di ke gedung ICC Den Haag, Belanda. Kamu tengah melakukan aksi demonstrasi. Aksinya adalah tanya menuntut pengadilan internasional untuk menuntut pelanggaran HAM di Aceh untuk diselesaikan.
Today, 26 March 2018, is a historic day for the people of Aceh. Over 100 Acehese diaspora in Europe have gathered here in the city of peace, The Hague, to commemorate the 145th anniversary of the Dutch declaration of war against the sovereign independent state of Aceh. That was 26 March 1873. Situated in the most northern part of the island Sumatra, Aceh was once the center of a powerful empire for several centuries and has a long and impressive history of resistance to outside domination. For hundreds of years before the arrival of the European powers in Southeast Asia, and for many centuries thereafter, Aceh remained an internationally recognized independent sovereign state, having diplomatic relations with countries of the world. 145 years ago today, the Kingdom of the Netherlands officially declared war against the sovereign state of Aceh and on the same day invaded our country. That war lasted almost a century, as Harper's Magazine had called 100-year war of today, one of the bloodiest and the longest colonial war in human history. The Dutch historian Paul van Ver made these conclusions in his book, The Aceh War. Holland has never fought a war greater than the one with Aceh. In terms of time, this war can be said to be the 80 Years' War. In terms of casualties, more than 100,000 dead. It was a military event that has no equal in the history of our land. The war against Aceh was for Holland very much more than a mere armed conflict. It was, for a century, the burning point of our national, colonial, and international politics. On 27 December 1949, the Dutch colonial regime that has neither the jure nor de facto power of Aceh illegally transferred its non-existent sovereignty over Aceh to the newly fabricated Indonesia without any consultation with the people of Aceh. This illegal transfer of sovereignty by one colonial power to another, namely Indonesia, is flagrant violation of the principles of the decolonization procedures of the United Nations, which stipulated that sovereignty over colonial territory is not transferable by the colonialist power to other colonialist powers. UN Resolution 1514 XV. In this case, the Netherlands must return Aceh to the Acehese, the rightful owner, not to Indonesia. For almost 3 decades, Aceh had become a killing field for the Indonesian armed forces, ABRI. Between 1989 to 1998, Aceh was then declared as a military operational area and ruled by the reign of terror. The atrocities perpetrated through these years have no equal in the history of Aceh fighting against any colonial powers in the past. Crimes against humanity, such as arbitrary arrests, extrajudicial killings, routine torture, and disappearances of thousands of civilians have become commonplace. An estimation of over 30,000 civilians lost their lives in military custody, in hidden mass graves, or in secret concentration camps. These military operations continue unabated with the same intensity and brutality. Martial law was then imposed between May 2003 and May 2004, and another reign of terror was again in process until Aceh was devastated by the Indian Ocean tsunami on the Boxing Day of 2004. This natural disaster, coupled with a prolonged war, had brought the warring parties, the Republic of Indonesia and the Free Aceh movement, signed a peace deal known as Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, in Helsinki, Finland. One of the many provisions in the MOU is the establishment of 2 human rights institutions, Human Rights Court, HRC, and Trust Reconciliation Commission, TRC. 19 years later, since the lifting of DOM and 18 years after the 1999 massacres, not a single perpetrator of these flagrant violations of human rights against innocent Achenese has been brought to justice, signaling that such violations are allowed to be violated in Aceh with impunity. Almost 13 years after Helsinki Accord signed, nothing has changed with regard to protecting of human rights and resolving the past abuses by military. The Regional House of Representatives enacted a bylaw with regard to TRC on 31st December 2013. But Human Rights Watch stated that the violations in Aceh were too serious to be addressed only by the Truth Commission, which cannot impose criminal penalties. States have an obligation under international law to prosecute serious abuses of human rights and war crimes. Former Asia Director at Human Rights Watch, Brad Adams, pointed out in May report 2006 that the military leaders who committed crimes in Aceh have been rewarded, not punished. The international community has pursued justice for past abuses in East Timor, as well as in Rwanda, Sierra Leone, and the former Yugoslavia. Why should Aceh be treated any differently, he wonders. It is obvious that the abuses perpetrated by the security forces during the conflict fall into the category of genocide, war crimes, and crimes against humanity. They are considered as serious violations committed as part of a large-scale attack against any civilian population and listed in the Rome Statute such as murder, rape, imprisonment, enforced disappearances, torture, etc. ASNLF, therefore, appeal to your organization, the International Criminal Court, to independently examine the incidents of violence and accountability for massacres, genocide, and war crimes perpetrated by the state. In this case, the security forces of Indonesia. Act in accordance with your mandate, meaning that it is incumbent for your organization to react when states, such as Indonesia, are obviously unable or unwilling to prosecute the perpetrators of all these crimes against Achenese civilians. And finally, bring all Indonesian war criminals to the Hague and try for their crimes against humanity, as you have justly done to those in Rwanda, former Yugoslavia, Liberia, etc. Thank you for your attention. Merdeka!
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 Tanya apa aku dia ikut, animate dia aku pun dalam dia. Kalau dia animate, baru ikut dia. Lipat paling high. Paling bertarik.
Nggak tahu saya.
Ada nail ke?
Bendera lebih pun. Sama kuat. Oke. Mana? Rama, bữa bendera nữa. Ya, bữa nữa, bữa nữa. Merdeka!
Ya.
Habis itu gini monde.
Ane na katiak paling taruh orang kalau dia. Oh. Nampak nak kena rati.
Nadia?
Nak kena rati. Baik pula urinang ditingkir kah urinang rajamban urinang uroi kusi.
Iya, mesti.
Abang tu ambil dia.
Ya aju memang dia aju. Mana kau bang? Mana hubungan lo?
Untuk tu.
Yang lomba ke dia nak payah lomba nya.
tak jenah.
Nomor le.
Jangan ni.
Aku boy.
Ini bahannya udah minyak beri.
Ke bendera lo, bendera.
Mana meurung bendera? Anak kemah, karena awak DJ jak. Karena setting DJ, kan tanya.
Hah?
DJ setting.
Dia kelas.
Memang macam video. Yang mengungkit Nabi puja yang esa. Ayah, 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 ayah.
Kena wadah sejak kamar. Bayar bendera. Kena.
Tanya nak laptop mana tu? Laptop mana tu?
Wadah sejak kamar. Okey. Bagus. Ya, bro. Ah, kau. Kena wadah.
Nak lagu tak bodoh, nak lagu tak bodoh karena sabar 10 menit tu saya nak water. Tangguh water sebaik-baik je. Berdegar nak duro. Nak water 10 menit tu. 10 menit tu. Saya masuk 10 menit tu nak lagu tak bodoh. Beta. Bela apa kak? Kalau mendung ke bawah kedai. 10 menit tu bah, tapi water ya. 10 menit tu bakal baca tak bodoh lagu. Apa ini lah?
Anak panon mau. Bapak bendera. Oh ya. Itu tang laut. Bodoh. Supaya serius back sampai kebab belakang. Serius. Waktu habis lagu nak sembah mereka beraya tu, mereka lega beraya. Okey. Lagu tu bang. Pertandingan berdua ya. Suragam.
Ki.
Abu. Agus, mak anda.
Dingin. Tarik kecil.
Bangunan musisi.
Di Alikul bari wajalah ajala celah ulang tujapa sidapa syukur ke Rabbi ya aini kekama negeri bersuci Aceh mulia Musa beruntudum sidai Nabi yang mengungkit perjalanan yang mujahidin mursalin jid mungkin iklim Aceh Sumaya
ke Bandung bu.
Nyatra syahid dalam perang kalau dipulang benda yang budia dari Rantem perang Cimalang cilaka tubo Rugaro Suruga Tandro Nggaro Pala Nuraka dalam perang dan senang dipeduri jangkung amang surga tinggi.
Merdeka!
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 Merdeka! Merdeka!
Nawate 25 minit tu. Nawate 25 minit tu.
Dia buka di muka.
Mikrofon ada botol jadi lagu dulu nak dengan mikrofon sih dah botol. Ha? Kau macam lagu kan? Tajuk ke awaknya tabah, di tinau tabah jadi raya.
Okey.
Jom mikrofon ke tinan.
Aizah si kungsu tak boleh.
Nawate 25 minit tu. Yang dia tu gak tak ubi raya ni.
Api-api Usman, api-api Madura. Ya, anak api tarik sini apa? Api-api.
Nawate 25 minit tu. Burhan tegak Burhan. Mulai hilang bang. Tegadu. Ikut irama ada Bang Sabudin, ikut irama kenal. Okey, mulai ya, bang. Subhanallah wa lahu wa bihamdihi. Ya, sekalian. Fajri wa laili azza wa jalla. Siapa siapa syukur Rabbi ini kamu negeri bersuci Aceh mulia sajak perang musuh berentudung sidre Nabi soyang mengungkit rapi kepoyan esok lindung gata segala Jeun mukim iklim Aceh mulia. Ke Bandung, berdoa ke Bandung. Membahagiasi jasa syahid dalam perang. Allah bipulang denda yang budia dari musuhan tentang malam celaka tu berugara syurga rugara bala nuraka musuhnya tentang menang metua tubuh.
Terima kasih kepada Bakarakan yang kali live dari Lun. Bacut lom berita kurun Romandum bahwa Sanji perjuangan Aceh Merdeka golong bubar. Perjuangan Aceh Merdeka hana pernah bubar. Segolom Aceh Merdeka. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.